One of the greatest tools the devil uses to hold us down as Christians is guilt, the feeling of unworthiness. Many believers struggle with accepting God's forgiveness and moving forward. Paul is an inspiring example of someone who embraced Christ's love fully. Despite his past, he forgave himself and pressed ahead. In Galatians 2, Paul states, "But from those who seemed to be something, whatever they were, it makes no difference to me. God shows personal favoritism to no man." This mindset allowed Paul to see himself as neither inferior nor less favored by God because of his past mistakes. He refused to dwell in self-pity, and this is the same mindset every believer must adopt after receiving God's forgiveness. Guilt and feelings of unworthiness can hinder God's purpose in our lives. Sometimes God blesses us with incredible gifts and callings, but because of our past mistakes or feelings of inadequacy, we hesitate. We tell ourselves we are not worthy and allow guilt to rob us of the fruitfulness God intends for us. Paul did not let this happen. If Christ declared him worthy, he believed it completely. He didn't seek validation from others or allow their opinions to define him. He took God at his word, and that unwavering belief empowered him to achieve great things for God's kingdom. Paul was well aware of the terrible things he had done to the church. He even acknowledged his past sins, yet he refused to let them define his future. Today, many believers who have erred often carry visible misery in their hearts, feeling overwhelmed by guilt. While feeling remorseful is natural, once we receive God's forgiveness, we must trust it above our own emotions. The devil thrives on using our past as a stronghold to keep us down. He whispers lies, reminding us of our failures and trying to convince us that we are disqualified from God's love. But we are not ignorant of his schemes. Paul refused to let guilt take root in his life. Instead of wallowing in his past, he channeled his energy into working even harder for God. He transformed his guilt into labors of love, dedicating his life to spreading the gospel. This should be our approach as well. As children of God, we have been forgiven. We must accept God's forgiveness and move forward. In place of guilt, there should be renewed zeal and passion for God. If God says you are forgiven, believe it. If he calls you the apple of his eye, accept it. True humility is found in accepting God's grace, while pride is trying to achieve perfection on our own. Accepting God's forgiveness is a game changer. It removes the enemy's foothold in our lives and brings freedom. When we fully embrace this truth, everything changes. The weight of guilt is lifted, and we can walk confidently in the newness of life that Christ has given us. So get up today and move forward like a new person. God's forgiveness is real, and it's yours to embrace. No more looking back. It's time to step into the future God has prepared for you. God is not distant from our weaknesses. He understands them fully. The Holy Spirit meets us right where we are, in our imperfections, and works within us to bring us to his intended purpose. God doesn't expect us to be perfect before we come to him. Rather, he invites us to come as we are so that he can perfect us. When thoughts of your past mistakes arise, recognize them as the enemy's deception, his attempt to trap you in self-righteousness and guilt. True righteousness is found in accepting God's forgiveness, not in striving to earn it on our own. As 1 John reminds us, "My little children, if you sin, you have an advocate with the Father." So don't lose hope. It's a new day, and it's another opportunity to conquer and achieve your goals. I believe you were blessed by this message. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel to have access to more inspiring videos like this. God bless you.